Good day, everyone. Today is the 17th of July, and we had news earlier. We had core retail sales and unemployment claims at 8:30. As for my bias for today, I'm pretty bullish because you can see here we have a 4-hour move about that, but we're currently holding a higher time frame bearish S&P because if you look at another hourly, S&P 500 already took this 11 p.m. highs, while 11 p.m. highs for NASDAQ is this basically. So we have this bear presence over here. So that's really what's holding it back, but we are having a higher time frame bullish narrative. But I am willing to take shorts, mainly because the bear presence and the balance of inefficiencies that was built earlier. Let's see, I want us to rebalance onto this 15-minute gap, at least on the equilibrium of that. But this internal range is really also saucy. It does look saucy to me. These are equal lows, relatively equal lows. So you might rebalance onto this internal range liquidity, which is pretty much also the equilibrium of this whole leg. We did rebalance earlier pre-market, but can also at least rebalance after this valid gap or even internal range liquidity. But I'm definitely targeting around equilibrium of this, but it depends on this displacement. Currently, we are rejecting out of this 15-minute bearish valid gap, and this one is a 4-hour bearish valid gap, and we're currently tracking the consequent inversion of that. So yeah, I'm updating you on my trade later, but I'm definitely looking for a trade. Because it's looking pretty nice. The price action is looking nice. Lot of accumulation. This is like accumulation, manipulation, and then we can just read lower. Maybe even do this age lows. Hi guys. So we're currently having a little boost S&P out of this equilibrium of the 15 minutes. Camping towards staying bullish, but this makes sense for this all of this low resistance liquidity as well as basically equal lows to be taken out for going higher. This makes sense because number one, this one a rebalance. The market open to just take this high. We'll see. It doesn't seem like we're gonna be taking down high out of open. So semi dumping right now. It seems like we're lagging. We might have a change state here to the upside. Or did we had an SMT. Had SMT all that. I took the shorts, guys. We had an SMT out of I think I'll be taken out. Let's see, but we had an SMT out of this highs. If we could see at that moment, we haven't taken all of this highs. And all of those highs were taken, so now we have this SMT over here. Let's see if it holds. We failed to take this high, so we have the SMT, and we have this SMT right now to the downside. I just see profit earlier in the internal range of liquidity. This is also low risk, guys. Low risk as well. So pretty much around this wick. So let's see if we get stopped out. This is also low risk. Only risking like under 0.5% here. Under 0.5%. Stop loss. So it's around 9.87 stop here. I wasn't able to adjust my stop loss. I was expecting a high range for the stop loss. Okay, let's see if it's gonna be a quick drop. 9.87 for the stop loss. Currently edging right now my take profit. Currently edging. But shouldn't go higher than this. Nice guys, so that's 1% for me for today. Yeah, that got me up 1% on this trade. It's a high RR. I should have risked higher, but yeah. I wasn't able to adjust my lot size accordingly. So currently we have a bullish S&P. I think we're drawing lower now. We're gonna be drawing lower, but this is a nice trade right here. Um, this perfect. Because at this point, you can see this high, 929. What was that? 930 high. 930 high. We currently have like an S&P out of this. So like we had this S&P around that time. So and we basically took this high. So we had this like S&P earlier, and I only risked around I think around like 0.3%, 0. Yeah, I only risked like 0.3% of this trade. This was a clean trade. Could have risked a lot higher. So I was saying that it's probably throwing lower, but we won. And was up over 1% of the day. Let's take another short here, but there's no S&P out of this, guys. It's gonna give me like the conviction drive forward because we're currently holding a bull S&P out of this. Honestly, guys, I thought I got stopped out earlier when we were like fluctuating above this price. And if it was around this area, I put my stop was above this S&P high, and I was simultaneously looking at S&P 500, and it's a bull, guys. So I was like, oh, it might be taking, a quick loss, but I was pretty low, so I was pretty chill about it. And I have conviction to trade, so even though if I was risking a lot higher. So we currently have a bullish S&P, external bullish S&P. So we also have this that 1931 high was taken. So it's currently an S&P out of this. Currently an S&P. Let's see if we can have this placement to the downside. Currently having a bearish S&P and a bearish order flow. So we have a bullish S&P out of this external low, but we were holding a higher time frame bearish S&P out of this highs, and we are pretty bearish. So let's see if we're gonna have a change in state here. So market structure shift. If we see strong spaces of down, I'm definitely taking the shorts. Let's see the number liquidity. It will be like accumulating, but this is more of a high resistance bonds ever, but definitely still to do. It's a pretty stay here. We're there an S&P out of this lows. Yeah, there's definitely an S&P out of this low. See if we'll close above this. We have little internal S&P out of this lows. It's a 15-minute bearish for value right now, and actually a BPR. I mean, almost a BPR. Quite risky to take this longs. But I think it's the draw liquidated, guys. I think it's gonna be the draw. So that's my initial bias for the day, but this is 15 minutes bearish for value. I've got it because we might possibly react onto it. But we currently have SMT in this level. Let's see if we can have a retrace. Yes, we have an SMT out of this level. And yeah, we're currently having a now bearish SMT. So just chill out. Already up for the day. I don't need to be greedy in taking another trade. Could have entered above this size and put my stop loss underneath this lows, but yeah, I wasn't just timing wasn't it for me. But if you like retrace onto my order around this area, that'll be nice. Waiting for this external highs. If we just like accumulate here and then macro, we manipulate lower, somewhat like this. So like we just chop around till 950, then we just go low. Maybe like expect this gap, then had like a strong displacement to the upside. I'll be entering here. Stop under this low. If macro presents itself, Not buying on a premium right now. Hi guys, currently the macro came in. It's taking this to forward test. It doesn't seem like we're gonna be lower. Scalp here is fine. I'm gonna stop this. But currently holding a bearish S&P guys. Like look at this. Up our head. We are holding a higher time frame bearish S&P. Had a build earlier, right? But you can take a scalp here if you want to, but usually still. This one is actually a scalp as well. Like how long have been in this trade? I think I entered 9:31. I entered 9:31 and took profit. I think at this, yeah, 9:33. So I've been on the trade for just 2 minutes. This one's a seems like a scalp, and some of it is just how many points is that scalp? Pretty much took like 30 points, but it's pretty strong displacement out of open. I was really waiting an S&P at this time and we had that, so attacking that and just take a trade. This is the most ideal trade that I could have taken, but if you could see earlier, I was locked in for more shorts. We're just looking pretty bearish on the 15 minute. I did anticipate that this is probably just the low that we're gonna manipulate onto, and this would be higher. I usually want to wait for some sort of imbalance here and fail to have that some sort of imbalance. But it's also does the thing we inverse successfully strongly inverse this gap to change state or market structure shift. But yeah, that's just really the reason I didn't take this trade. After this high gets taken out, probably staying away from charts and just take the win for the day. Those were decent longs and probably for those people because I was also bullish for the day. Come to manipulate, I was waiting maybe for like a manipulation, maybe to this gap or much better to like really hit this gap there. Wire to the gap, some sort of this takes so long. Something like that, what I was looking for, but still to have that. Okay, finally took that high. Take this as my forward turn. Yeah, I'll be popping off the charts right now. I got a win for the day. Not that big because I wasn't risking big, but in terms of RR, it's just pretty cool. I just wasn't able to change my risk because I'm just, anticipating we're gonna have a higher stop loss tips for those shorts, but it wasn't. It's I had strong conviction that S&P price is obvious for me at that moment, so this stop just made sense. And so it's gonna be all for today, guys. I hope you found this video valuable. So in the crystal, and it's a reminder to always stay sharp, stay disciplined. Peace out.